Hello, this is Mindful Gains. Welcome to my channel. This channel is a channel about bodybuilding and nutrition. I don't want this to be such a pro-vegan type vegan activist channel. I don't want to force my opinions on people. I prefer to influence, but this subject has been pushing my buttons recently. I see it on Instagram every day, on Facebook, on YouTube. People, the health industry in particular, really pushes this subject. And the subject I want to talk about is eggs. It's a very controversial subject. We're led to believe that eggs are healthy and nutritious. I believed it, I bet you believe it. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's what we've been brought up to believe. But I'm not so sure we've been told the absolute truth. So what is the truth? Wow, eggs make me so happy. From the day we were born and for our whole lives, we've been subject to egg propaganda.
They're as fresh as the breeze.
Eggs come to you fresh every day.
Serve them any way you please.
Eggs are natural and economical, so keep enough on hand.
Nature made them nice and neat.
High in protein and only 80 calories each. Eggs are a natural wonder. For meals, snacks, appetizers, whatever.
All you do is heat and eat.
Eggs don't run out.
The incredible edible egg.
The incredible edible egg. Damn right, it's a natural wonder. If you leave it alone, it produces a baby chicken. In printed publications, on TV, on the radio, even at the movies, a shed load of advertising money has been spent on promoting eggs. Eggs are good for you, right? Our whole life, we've been sort of battered with this script that eggs are nutritious and healthy and should be a part of your diet. If you go on Google and type eggs are healthy, the evidence is overwhelming, right? Eggs, glorious eggs! Wrong. You see, eggs are a big business, and big businesses don't care about your health. They only care about their profit. And business is booming. Meet the egg peddlers. This is the executive committee of the American Egg Board. Just look at their job descriptions. This is not some kind of neutral set of people, governors. These guys have all got vested interests in the industry. They all come from egg farms or chicken farms. Just look at these people. Would you trust them for health advice? So I had a little dig around the American Egg Board's annual report from last year and look at their mission statement. The AEB's mission is to increase demand. Even more alarming is the fact that they're funding their own research. The AEB's ENC is the largest research repository concerning egg nutrition in the country. What the? Now let me introduce to you the Doctor of Truth. I reference Dr. Greger's work throughout this piece. Dr. Greger is a pioneer of truth-led nutritional research, and it's not for profit. Please try to ignore the irony that Dr. Greger's head is shaped like an egg.
For those of you unfamiliar with my work, every year I read through every issue of every English language nutrition journal in the world, so busy folks like you don't have to. So every year my presentations are new because every year the science is new. I then compile all the most interesting, most groundbreaking, most practical findings to new videos and articles I upload every day to my nonprofit site, nutritionfacts.org. Everything on the website is free. There are no ads, no commercial sponsorships, strictly non-commercial, not selling anything. Just put it up as a public service, as a labor of love. New videos and articles every day on the latest in evidence-based nutrition.
The key here is agenda. Dr. Greger has no agenda, and he's not for profit. His only agenda is outing the truth about nutrition. Here's what Dr. Greger had to say about the American Egg Board.
Over the last 36 years, the American Egg Board has spent hundreds of millions of dollars to convince people eggs are not going to kill them, and it's working. In combination with aggressive nutritional science and public relations efforts, research shows that the advertising has been effective in decreasing consumers' concerns over eggs and cholesterol heart health. This is from their internal strategy documents I got a hold of. Currently, their targeting moms. Their approach is to surround moms wherever they are. They pay integration fees for egg product placement in TV shows. To integrate eggs into The Biggest Loser, for example, could be $1 million. But getting some kids' storytime reading program to integrate eggs may only take $500,000, though. The American Egg Board keeps track of who is and is not a friend of eggs. They pay scientists $1,500 to sit and answer questions like, what studies can help disassociate eggs from cardiovascular disease?
Money talks and bullshit walks. The fact-based, science-led research is overwhelming. Daily consumption of the cholesterol in eggs can shorten a woman's life by as much as smoking 20,000 cigarettes. Eating 1 egg per day is as bad as smoking 5 cigarettes per day for your life expectancy. 1 egg yolk alone contains nearly 200 milligrams of cholesterol. That's equivalent to the fat content in 1 Big Mac. And we're talking bad fat here, the kind of fat, saturated fat, that clogs your arteries and brings on cardiovascular disease.
Just to illustrate a year in the life of a study subject on and off eggs. First, they take him off eggs, putting him on a cholesterol-free diet, and his cholesterol plummets within just 3 weeks. Then they give him lots of eggs, and he's back in trouble, and stays there until they take the eggs away and put him back on the cholesterol-free diet, and so on and so forth, turning his high blood cholesterol on and off like a light switch made out of eggs.
Having eggs in your diet increases your risk of cardiovascular disease by nearly 70%. Your risk of diabetes goes up a staggering 68%. Even more alarming, 2 massive cancer killers, prostate cancer 81% rise, while your chances of contracting colon cancer go up by 5 times.
2 million men in the U.S. are living with prostate cancer. That's better than dying from prostate cancer. Catch it when it's localized, and your 5-year survival is practically guaranteed. But once it really starts spreading, your chances drop to 1 in 3. Thus, identification of modifiable factors that affect the progression of prostate cancer is something that deserves study. So, Harvard researchers took more than 1,000 men with early-stage prostate cancer and followed them for a couple years to see if there's anything in their diet associated with a resurgence of the cancer, such as spread to the bone. Compared to men who hardly ate any eggs, men who ate even less than a single egg a day had a significant 2-fold increase in the risk of prostate cancer progression.
So that's the health issues lightly covered. If that's not compelling enough for you, how about the ethics? But what's the problem? It's natural for a chicken to lay an egg. True, but there's nothing natural about the way we're forcing production. The natural life expectancy of a chicken is 8 to 15 years. A laying hen is now lucky to live for 20 months. In nature, a chicken would typically lay 12 eggs per year. Factory farm battery hens are being forced to lay up to 300 eggs per year. The conditions that these chickens live in during their short time on Earth are absolutely appalling. Vegan or animal activist or not, you cannot watch these scenes. You cannot be human and watch these scenes and not feel some kind of sadness for the fate of these innocent little beans and chicks. But you only eat free-range eggs, right? Yeah. Okay. Have a look at this footage taken by Sneaky TV last year. They went undercover on a free-range farm. Just check out the conditions.
The smell once we entered the shed was overwhelming. There was an incomprehensible amount of chicken shit in the manure pit beneath our feet, and the place was packed with thousands of hens that looked as though they'd messed with the wrong end of a lawnmower. The place was littered with corpses, and the food and water system seemed to be pretty ineffective in some places. Some of the chickens were obviously really sick. All of the hens were missing feathers because the chickens were pecking at one another. This is a natural process to assert social hierarchies, but the chaos of the shed made them unnaturally aggressive. The animal lib team spread themselves across the shed floor to document the corpses and sick animals. They picked up the sickest individuals and placed them in pillowcases so they could get veterinary care. We came across emaciated hens that were clearly on death's door, as well as one that was gasping for air like a stage 4 lung cancer patient. It really was total mayhem. There were hens pecking at the scraps of their own eggs, hens with prolapses, and others were drowning beneath our feet in an ocean of their own shit. I've seen television ads for free-range chickens and never once expected that the industry could lie to us in such a blatant way. It seemed to me that everybody who eats animal products has to accept a certain burden of responsibility for the totally shitty lives of these animals. The demand for ethical treatment of livestock has increased dramatically in Australia in recent years, but it seems that wherever large-scale animal industries exist, ethical treatment is simply not an option. At the end of the day, the choice is yours, but the evidence is hard to ignore.